Hey everybody, we could pretty much call this Cooking with Intel Session 2. What's really funny is that there's a video on Tom's Horror Guide called Intel vs AMD, what happens when you move the cooler, and the little bozos at Tom's Horror Guide decided they would just set the main boards on the Intel setups to throttle the CPU down to avoid burning up, and one of the CPUs in particular was an Intel Pentium III. Here we have an Intel Pentium III CPU, and I actually went ahead and tried to experiment with this chip, and it does cook very, very well. It gets very hot very quick. Have a watch. I'm going to go ahead and stick this pepperoni on. Go ahead and turn this on. Watch how hot it gets really quick. Watch it burn off the grease that was originally on here from the previous pepperoni I cooked. As you see the smoke. Oh no, that looks familiar. It looks like an old AMD CPU. Cooks quite well. It is cooking the heck out of this pepperoni. I'm just going to turn it off. It's already cooked it that quick. It's still sizzling. This is the second pepperoni now. Tastes pretty good. Which I did wash the CPU off really good and everything with dish detergent and everything. Treat it as if it was a pot. Before I even bothered to put anything on it. Go ahead and turn it back on again. See how quick it burns off the grease. This little processor is like a frying pan. No kidding. Ooh, it just shorted out. That CPU's done. Power supply cut out. I can smell it too. Now there's 3 pepperonis I cooked on this thing before it quit. 3. Go ahead and have a look here. If I didn't say it before, I already did this with a Celeron 600, also a copper mine CPU. That CPU worked for a little bit, and then it just didn't put out as much heat. And apparently I cooked this CPU so good I can smell it. It smells like you can smell the burning smell. PSU is fine. I wonder if I cook something on this motherboard, or if it's the CPU I'm smelling. It smells like the processor. Because I cut the power supply on and it didn't cut directly off. Here is the first CPU I experimented with. Let's throw it back on and see if it even gets warm. I don't know, maybe I just cooked the VRM on this motherboard, I don't know. This is an old Intel 810 board, piece of crap. I just pulled it out of an old compact computer system before I did this experimenting. CPU is barely getting warm. Yeah. So this processor cooked itself to the point where it dead shorted out and cut off the power supply. Amazing. Didn't take much time at all. Little Intel is tough. It cooked 3 pieces of pepperoni. Or 2, not quite exactly sure. Yeah, it's a tough Intel. But it does the exact same thing as the AMD processors did. They smoked till they quit. So it just comes to show that the Tom's Horror Guide experiment from 2001 was nothing but a big joke. Any questions or comments? Let me know.